And for example 2, we're going to be dividing fractions. But what do you notice about the fractions we're dividing today? They're mixed numbers. So the very first thing that you need to do is make it improper. Very good. We have to go ahead and make these into improper fractions first before we can go about dividing. These are the 5-5 notes. So go to 5-5, example 2. There we go. All right, so I need to take this improper fraction and rewrite it as a mixed number. So go ahead and write a multiplication symbol between the 4 and the 5, because we have to multiply 5 times 4. And what is 5 times 4? 20. And then we have to add the 2. What's 20 plus 2? 22. So I get 22. And then my denominator is a 5. So I've got 22 fifths. And I have to divide 22 fifths by 12. How can I write 12 as a fraction? 12 over 1. So go and write that as 12 over 1. Now I have myself a division problem. So I want to hear a corral response for this one. You need to keep your first fraction the same. Good. Try it again. Keep your first fraction the same. Good. So we've got 22 fifths. Change division to multiplication. Very good. And then go ahead and flip your second fraction. So we're going to do the reciprocal of our second fraction. So keep, change, flip. You keep your first fraction the same. That one stays the same. You only flip the second one. So now, raise your hand if you see some cross canceling. What can I cross cancel here? Good. What did you divide them both by? 2. Good. 22 divided by 2 is 11. So make sure you cross off the 22. Write an 11 in its place. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So cross off the 2 and write a 6. And then we need to multiply. 11 times 1 is 11. 5 times 6 is 30. So we get 11 30ths. Always simplify. Yep. Once you get to the end, you want to simplify. Now, for this next one, I actually have 2 negatives that I'm dealing with. I'm going to take, when I go to write this mixed number as an improper fraction, do me a favor, show me your pointer finger. And use your pointer finger to cover up that negative. Because right now, we're going to ignore the negative. We're just going to multiply with 7 times 3. Yep, good. So let's do that again. What's 7 times 3? 21 plus 1 is 22. Now when you lift your hand up, you're going to write negative 22 over 7. So you kind of get to ignore the negative for a little bit there. And I'm dividing that by 13, a negative 13 fourteenths. Where do we always want our negative to be? In the numerator. So go ahead and put that negative with the 13. So I now have negative 22 sevenths divided by negative 13 fourteenths. Now it's a division problem, so we need to keep our first fraction the same. Let's try it again. Keep your first fraction the same. So we've got negative 22 sevenths. Change division to multiplication. Good. Now, when you go to flip your second fraction, I'm going to flip the 14 and the 13, but I'm going to keep the negative in the numerator. The negative can just stay in the numerator. It's a good place for it anyway. So I'm going to flip the 13 and the 14, but that negative, we just want it to stay in our numerator. Go ahead and cross cancel. negative 14 by? 7 divided by 7 is? Negative 14 divided by 7? Negative 2. Good. Could you cross cancel the 22 and the 13? No, you can't, because 13 is prime and it doesn't go into 22. So what is a negative 22 times a negative 2? Let's start with what's a negative times a negative? A positive, and then what's 22 times 2? 44. So I have 44 in my numerator and 13 in the denominator. Good. Who can raise their hand and tell me why that's not my final answer? It's improper. So I want to know how many times 13 goes into 44. So I'm going to type in 44 divided by 13. And you guys are getting 3. And then we need to know what 3 times 13 is. And we have 5 left over. Very good. Nice job. So 3 and 5/13. All right. Now down here, we're dividing 2 mixed numbers. So I have a mixed number divided by a mixed number. What do we always do with our mixed numbers first? Make them improper. Good. So take your pointer finger. Let's see your pointer finger. And let's make that improper. What's 5 times 5? 25. And then add the 3. So what do you get? 28. And then we got to make sure we do what with the 28? Make it negative. Very good. Make it negative. What's your denominator? 5. Good. We're going to keep our division symbol for right now. So write divided by, because now we have a second mixed number. And we need to take this mixed number and make it improper. Who can raise their hand and help me out with that? How do I make that mixed number into an improper fraction? Yep. And what do you get, bud? 21. Very good. So we get 21 out of 15. Excellent job. That's beautiful. Now who can help me out? What do I need to do next? I just took both of my mixed numbers and I made them improper. Go for it.
21 into 28. So you can both divide 15 and 21 by 3.
You can't cross cancel until we change it to multiplication. Go ahead and go. It's like this. If the 21 were over here, and you want to cancel the 21 and the 15, then you could, yes. Yep, then you could. But what do we have to do before we can cross cancel? Keep, change, flip. Good. So let's go ahead and keep, change, and then flip. And there is a lot of cross canceling on this one. Who can give me one set? Very good. So 21 divided by 7 gave you 3. And negative 28 divided by 7 gives you negative 4. And what's my other set of cross canceling? Very good. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And we multiply. Whoa, what do you guys see here? Do you see how it says 3 divided by 3? It's just 1. Very good. You guys agree 3 divided by 3 is 1? So that fraction basically just disappeared when I cross-canceled. Exactly. Very good. The only thing we have is negative 4 over 1. So we're just going to say that our answer is negative 4. And I want you guys to go ahead and give this one a shot. And I'm going to come around and see how you're doing. All right. So who can raise their hand and help me with the first step? What did you guys do first here? Good. Is 24 plus 1 is? Good. So we get a negative 25/4. I love the fact that you told me to cover up the negative. That's awesome. Divided by, and who can help me make this mixed number into an improper fraction? You want to do the next one too? Go ahead. Yep. 15, 14. It's very good. Now what do I need to do? Go ahead. Keep, change, flip. Very good. So we get negative 25 fourths times by, the mistake that I noticed mostly when I was walking around is people forgot to flip. It's got to be 14 fifteenths. Raise your hand if you see some cross canceling. Good. So did you get negative 5 and 3? Good. Any more cross canceling? Oh, I hope more than 2 people see it. 3 people, 4. Oh, there we go. That's good. Good. So I think you get a 2 and a 7, right? So now we multiply. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. 2 times 3 is 6. And who can help me finish it? I'm not quite done yet. And if you got it wrong, what should you be doing right now, by the way? Fixing it. Yeah, if you got it wrong, no big deal. It's just practice. Who can help me finish the end of this problem here? Negative 35 sixths. Good. So how many times can 6 go into 35? 5 times. Good. And then 6 times 5 is 30. So how many are left over? 5. And then we have to do what? What did I ignore? Negative. So then make the whole thing negative. So it should be negative 5 and 5 6 for your final answer. I'm going to start up another video quick.